Hello! Here we are once again with the yearly video of my favorite and most disappointing games. This year was completely different from last year, given that last year I barely played any games at all. That being said, we're going back to 5 entries per category instead of last year's 3 entries per category. As always, the games here aren't necessarily games that came out this year due to the fact that I have a shit ton of games backlogged in Steam, in consoles, and well, pretty much everywhere really. Last month's video was literally about that. You should go check that out once you're done here. Just throwing that out there. A little shameless self-plug here and there, you know? Alright, let's start. This is the most recent game in the list, and the one that sneaked in the list. This was a sleeper game for me. The game looks questionable, but this didn't stop the game completely taking over my interest in weeks at end. It clicked almost every little inch I was craving at the moment. I love playing sim-like tycoon games here and there is always one of them that kinda takes me once a year, and this year was this one for sure. It is as straightforward as the game title says. You own a card shop, you sell cards, you make the store bigger, and collect not Pokemon cards. And if you have been following me for a while, you know by now that I love card games. It's a stupid game, and yet I can't stop playing it. This game will probably lose my interest once I feel that my store is efficient enough, but occasionally I'm going to get that itch of seeing the money go ka-ching, and I'll be back to give this game another week of my year. Really fun game, but very silly. Little editor note here. Originally, this video was going to be like the past videos where I talk about 5 games I liked and 5 games that disappointed me. But throughout the process, I noticed I didn't really found that many games disappointing this year. And the few that I did either have their own video already, or I didn't play them enough to say anything substantial about them other than, yeah, it just wasn't for me. So for that reason, I cut entirely the disappointing category. I have way more things to say about the games I liked than the ones I didn't, so now this video is just about that. If anything, here are the games that would have made the list with a short sentence of why they kinda disappointed me, but not really enough to warrant a whole discussion for them. Except you, Multiverses, you warrant a whole ass discussion, but I already did that in another video, so not going to give you any more time here. With that said, let's continue with the video. I just noticed that I have put 2 somewhat store management games in a row, but Dave the Diver is way more than just a restaurant sim game. In fact, I'd argue that the restaurant bit of the game is just one of many mini games this game offers, while the core of the game is the exploration of the oceans and caves. That's probably what impressed me the most about this game. It just kept adding more and more layers. Every time I thought I had completely understood the game loop, it would throw me a 180 event and add me even more things to manage or collect or do. It is just a game that flat out keeps on giving, and it starts as a very normal fishing game where you are looking for fish for your simple sushi restaurant, and you end up doing things like fighting ginormous prehistoric fish that melted out of a glacier while avoiding water zombies and a submarine with miniguns, and suddenly here have this little farming minigame so you can get vegetables with your now prehistoric exotic sushi rolls. You might think I'm making all this up, but no, all those things happen at one point or the other with other crazier things that I am not spoiling, because what I enjoyed most about this game was how it gradually kept changing. I generally think that this is a very unique game in that aspect, how it keeps you guessing, how there is an actual story with twists and turns, how there's a core gameplay loop, but they keep adding more loops within the loops and having all these things that keep you occupied. And it gets pretty challenging at some points too, trying to juggle all these responsibilities that fall to this poor character. You will die and get lost here and there, but it is rewarding to do so, and I thoroughly enjoy passing this game. Nowadays is a bit of a miracle if I even pass a game through and through, but this game kept me engaged all throughout, so I could accomplish that. Only thing I don't like is how they mistreat this poor character. Like, why do they mistreat Dave so much? Like, man, this guy is quite literally going to hell and back for a lot of these characters, and they're all like, damn Dave, you fat and kinda suck, bro, go shower or something. Why does Dave do all this shit for you people? All he wants is to chill on a beach somewhere, and you guys are like, fuck you, Dave. Don't worry, man, I got your back. Let's make a bad ending now. We'll show them. Well, This game made me rewrite the script a bit because of how recent I've been playing it. It bumped one game to the honorable mentions category and everything. But man, what a surprising game this year. I already know with what I've played that it deserves a spot on the list. It is refreshing to see Sony going back to the playful 3D platform games. It's been a while since I played a game that strictly reminded me how my games in my childhood felt. Just playing the first stage made me felt like that scene in Ratatouille, and it really makes me happy that this game has received nothing but high praise from so many people. I love all the callbacks and references to other games. I love the collectathon aspect of it. I love how the gameplay constantly changes and how it uses all the PS5's wacky controller features. Overall, it's been a fun game to play here and there, and it's just how I remember games being when I just want to play games to have fun for a little bit and relax. Remember when games were about that? Crazy, right? Go play Silly Robot Game. It's really good, I swear. I mean, what can I even say that hasn't been said about this game already? I've always wanted to play it, and I finally got the chance to play it this year. It took me a bit to kind of get into it, and my god, did my first playthrough revolve around so much killing. But once this game clicked hard. For a whole month and a half, all I would play was this game, whether it be alone or with friends. I had multiple characters here and there just to keep playing. The numbers of times I laughed and or was shocked with things that could happen in this game was insane. I haven't had this much fun in a story-driven game in a long time. This being my first actual D&D experience, at first it was a bit daunting and confusing. I revisited that first save file and man, what a mess. Everything that could go wrong went wrong in there. My character's all wrong, all the missions and side missions went sideways. It is almost hilarious how wrong everything is going in that save file. But the more characters I made and the more I figured out things, the more invested I got in this game. I haven't passed this game yet and I really want to, but I don't particularly like my solo character and it makes me want to not play as much. And even starting over sounds a bit tedious considering I've done it so many times now. But I will definitely finish this game, solo or not, one day. I do enjoy playing with friends a bit more because the shenanigans that ensue are so hilarious sometimes that they make the game even better than it already is. But it is still super fun solo. An amazing game that you don't need me to tell you how amazing it is. If you have heard or played this game already, you already know. It is truly a treat to play. As always, before we go to the number one best, I'll showcase some games that quite didn't land in the best games this year, but are still really good. So here they go. Rivals 2 completely shattered all my expectations and has been the game I have been playing consistently since it came out. Hell, I see myself playing this game for a long time. Coming out with a sequel that is not only different enough from its predecessor, but flat out refreshing the genre with new mechanics that even playing Smash Ultimate now feels like a downgrade. I have nothing but good things to say about this game and how much fun I have been having with it. It has its issues here and there, of course, no game is perfect, but no issue has been big enough to even dent this beast of a game, and with time, I only see Rivals 2 getting better and better. All I hope is that the community sees how good and refreshing this game is to the genre and give it the spotlight and lifespan fan it deserves. Because what these guys are doing for, let's be honest, this bit of a stale genre is nothing but amazing, and more games, even Smash, should be looking into it and learning from it. I can't wait to see what these guys have in store for us, and if anyone from Rivals is seeing this video, I can't wait to see what you guys do with Olympia. Please give me Olympia. I miss my gerbil, whatever she was. I need my gems, man. I need my gems. And that was the list this year. This is my 4th year doing this type of video, and in a way has helped me enjoy it and categorize what I like about games and what I don't like about them. I've always liked seeing what other people like and didn't like during the years, so don't be shy to let me know down in the comments which games clicked with you the most this year. With that said, Happy New Year's to everyone, and here is to hopefully an even more productive year. Okay, bye.